Okay, in example 2, we're going to differentiate a, y is equal to the sine x squared, and b, y is equal to the sine squared x. So let's take a look at part A, and we're looking at the function y, which is equal to the sine of x squared. So first, let's identify what is the outer function. Well, the outer function is the sine function. And the inner function is the squaring function. Okay, so then if we start with the chain rule, so remember that the chain rule is we want to find the derivative of y with respect to x, and that's going to equal the derivative with respect to x of the sine times, or the sine of x squared. So again, this represents the outer function, and this represents the inner function. Okay, so what is the derivative of the outer function? Well, the derivative of the outer function is the cosine. So this represents the derivative of the outer function. Okay, and then that's cosine of x squared. And so the x squared is evaluated at the inner function. And then it's going to be times 2x. Okay, now what is 2x? Well, 2x is the derivative of the inner function. So if we multiply that out and find the derivative here, that means that we have 2x times the cosine of x squared. So therefore, there is the derivative of that function. So that represents the derivative of part A. Now let's take a look at part B. Okay, so we know that we have y, which is equal to sine squared x. So we need to identify what is the outer function and then what is the inner function. Well, the outer function here is the squaring function. So the outer function is the squaring function. And the inner function is the sine function. Okay, so what we want to do, just like we did in the other step, we want to find the derivative with respect to x of that function. So that's derivative with respect to x of the function sine x squared. Okay, so what does that equal? Well, it's going to equal 2, which is derivative of the outer function. So 2 times the sine of x times the cosine of x. Okay, so the 2 represents the derivative of the outer function. The sine of x is evaluated at the inner function. And the cosine of x is the derivative of the inner function. Okay, so I need to change. So let me just make sure that it says derivative. So this is the derivative of outer function, derivative of outer function here. Okay, now if we want to write this out as the derivative, then we know that the derivative with respect to x is going to equal 2 times the sine of x times the cosine of x. Or recall that this is a trigonometric identity known as a double angle formula. So this can also be written as the sine of 2x.